Hey, Boris. So are you on lockdown now, Boris? Because you don't seem to. You always seem to be available. I thought you were. Is it a first responder or nurse or ambulance, something like that? No. Hey, Kev, Josh. Well, I'll show you where I'm up to. That stem has been a long slog. That's all I can say. And that's why I don't do stems that often. They just take too long for me. Oh dear. Boris Grump. That sounds like Forrest Gump. All right, so this is where I'm up to. So I haven't stained it yet. All I've done is buff it. It doesn't really need much of a stain. It's a really nice piece of briar. Beautiful grain. Very clean. There is some very nice grain. Maybe I will stain it a bit. Even got a reasonable slot. Oh right, you're retired. Okay, cool. So that's where I'm up to. I need to bend the stem and do some staining. And I can tell you, it's a great clencher, even though it's going to weigh a fair bit, but it clenches very, very well. Because it's a stubby, it clenches very well. And once I put a bend on it, it'll clench even better. It's not spoken for as yet, Johnny. As Josh said earlier on, he said it's a little bit 320-ish. A little bit. I'm doing well, Johnny. How are you doing? I seem to really enjoy doing the apple shape, and this one is much more of an apple in terms of the curve is much more extreme. And I needed to do that because, if you recall, there were some bits of plateau running along the top, which I had to either have it or not have it. And in the end, went without having it, but it did create a very nice sort of apple, especially the top half. Very, very nice shape. Yeah, the stem on the 320 is not my favourite part of the pipe. I don't know if I should do a contrast stain, because sometimes the contrast works out very well, and sometimes because it's got a lovely, you know, it's got quite a rich grain already. That's without any stain. I don't know if it's a. I have to still make a decision. Unless somebody says they want it and they say specifically do a contrast stain, then I'll do that. But otherwise, I might just do a light stain. Yeah, I'll probably just do the light stain that I do sometimes, because it's barely there, but it just enhances it a little bit. Well, the 320 you could interpret as a chunky apple, although it's strictly speaking, I think it's supposed to be an author shape, but to me it looks more of a ball shape than an author shape. Authors to me are almost like a prince, but with a curved, more of a curved shank, and maybe not as flat as a prince. But the Savinelli 320 is much more of a ball shape. This is more apple-y for sure. This is much more of a classic apple shape into the bowl anyway. Yeah, Jimmy. I think we all suffer from that crazy autocorrect. I should say as well that this is my last pipe till after Passover, so it's going to be just under 2 weeks, maybe about 10 days before I get back into it. I don't think I'll be making one tomorrow. Passover starts on Friday evening, and there's still lots of preparation to do. My kids have been working very hard, but there's always bits and pieces to do. So probably, I'm not never say never, but probably won't be doing any more till after Passover. Oh, I wanted to show you that Stanwell. I finished the Stanwell, and I reamed it as well and buffed it up. Came out really well. Oh, I think I did show it on a video this morning, didn't I? So I might actually give that a smoke tonight. We'll see. Hey, Bob. Fazzy, how you doing? And then I think I'm gonna also think about breaking in this pipe. I think I've decided to keep it. I'm not sure. Before Josh shoots me. Kev, I saw your post on Instagram. I think I spotted one of my pipes on your rack, plus a Bentley, which I think you must have bought from me. And a little Lovat. Gorgeous pipe, that one. To be honest, I only really realised the value of that pipe after I sold it to you. They're very, very good smoking pipes. I have one myself, not a Lovat, but more of an apple shape, which I smoke Virginias in. It smokes very, very well. I like their pipes. Hi, Paul. You haven't smoked it yet, Kev. Wow. You have got some restraint, man. Either that or you're a closet non-smoker but pipe collector. How come you haven't smoked it yet? Such a beautiful pipe. It's a classic Lovat, light as a feather. I think it was sandblasted, wasn't it? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a medium brown, not the very light one. I'm going to do a medium brown, just a couple of coats. I'm going to wipe it off, buff it, and see what it looks like. If I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll sand it back and just use the light one. Because I think this one may well stain very well. I'm not sure. The grain is very good, as it is. It's a clean piece of briar, very little in terms of any spots or anything like that. But it may just enhance it a little. Worst comes to worst, I'll sand it back. You go to a pub where you can smoke a pipe. I've never heard of one of those. Not in the last decade, unless you're talking about outside. Good evening, Baron Michael. Look, Mike, hand cut stem. Yeah, exactly. Such a waste of flipping time, Mike. Having said that, I wouldn't be able to find anything like that on the market, that's for sure. I wanted to make this one very chunky, and the chunkiest I've got at the moment I think is 22 mil, maybe 24. And this one, yeah, it's 24. If that's ended up the same as one of my other ones, I'm gonna have a fit. It's got to be 22, surely. 22, okay. About 4 hours of work for 2mm. In the words of Darkest How, what say you? Hello, Glenn. The Scottish Highlands. So this started life with a really ruggedy plateau, and the removal of said plateau is really what created the shape here. Originally I was going for a bent billiard type idea, billiard slash egg, but I needed to cut more and more into the block, so it made it a really nice curved top, and it has given me a little bit of an author shape, and it's got a beautiful grain. Once again, I've been blessed with really nice grain. Gonna give it a little stain, see how it takes. If it takes well, I'll keep it. If not, I'll sand it back and just do my very, very light stain, almost not there stain. Actually, I'm not sure if I should. I'm going to do the opposite way around. I'm going to do the almost not there stain, see how that looks. And then if that's not impactful enough, I might try a darker stain. Alright, Johnny. No worries. It's 9 p.m. I've actually got a Zoom to join soon, but I'm going to finish the pipe first. This is fine. This, I think, will be fine. It's the same stain that I did on the original Tau-inspired chubby billiard that Ed Armchair Piper has got, and it works very well with a piece of briar that stands up on its own. Just adds a little bit of colour and a little bit of grain pops through, just a fraction more than without. Just you wait. I'm just going to buff this up. Okay, the pipe is ready. Here it is. Oh, I haven't bent the stem yet. Let's turn this light off. Sorry about all the dust. The only thing which doesn't come up is the bird's eye doesn't really show up if you don't stain it. But the grain is beautiful. Right, I'm still gonna bend the stem. There you go. James, he hasn't bought it yet. Give him a break. There we go. Pipe 335. And most probably that'll be it now for a couple of weeks. Probably won't be making a pipe tomorrow. I'm not ruling it out, but probably not. And then I'll be closed for Passover. And that will be till Monday night, a week and a half away. James, I don't know what you're going to do for the next 2 weeks. Well, a week and a half anyway. It's Monday, Sunday, Monday. I think it's Monday night a week. So it's a week and a half. It starts on Friday night. So, well, it starts on Saturday night, but the Sabbath is anyway on Friday night. So Friday night, then through the whole of the following week, and then Sunday, Monday, the following week after that. Absolutely, Chad. Plenty going on, just not Simon. But you won't find many people making pipes, but you will find plenty people going on, plenty videos, plenty lives, plenty to keep you all occupied, you reprobates. What did I use for the white ring? I used the white ring. This is called Ivorite. It's faux ivory. It's got a nice, let me turn the camera around. It's got a grain in it as well. So if you have a look at that, it's a little bit bright. Let me turn that light off, Fauzi. Yeah, you can't make it out. There, you can just see it there. Can you see the grain there? So usually there's two grades. Some of it, you get half of it's got the grain in it and the other half is a bit smoother. So I always try to have the grainier bit on the top so you see that. Let's put the light back on. Schrager lines, okay. The stem's nicely grained as well positioned for that grain. Sort of swirls all the way around and then over again. No worries, Johnny. Thank you, Mel. I totally agree with you, Josh. I think, with me especially, because I'm either making a pipe or I'm doing a video or I'm driving or whatever, I don't often get a chance to fully appreciate the pipe. So it's good sometimes to just sit back and enjoy a flavourful mixture in your pipe, or whatever your preference is. Thanks, Utah. If Johnny and I can come to an arrangement, then I'm certainly not gonna auction it. It'll just go on the website if Johnny doesn't take it. How are you getting on, Jeff? Are you seeing any improvement? I'm kind of the same, Ghost. I just feel whenever I'm going through the course of a day, I want to make use of the time. That's how my brain works. I'm not a workaholic. I don't think I'm a workaholic, and I can enjoy being lazy as well. But I'm always doing something. Just to sit and do nothing. The only time I did that really was when I had COVID. I literally sat on the couch for 3 weeks, did pretty much nothing. Yeah, well, the taste and smell might take a few weeks, Jeff. I'm glad you're feeling better though. That's the start of it. And the more rest you get, the more your nasal passage can rebuild itself. Difference between being lazy and being still. Absolutely, Chad. As always, very thoughtful and impactful comments, Chad. Big difference between being lazy and being still. We're probably more lazy than we're still, though. It should be the other way around. Well, I speak for myself. Have I done the Similac? What's that? I can't join you for a live on the Passover feast because on Passover I don't use any technology, so I won't be using a phone or anything like that. It's like the Sabbath. I'm a straight cut guy. I've gone through all of them. When I first started, I started with a punch, and then I went to a V cut, and I could still do a V cut, maybe a double cross V cut. I have a V cut in the car. I just find it more convenient in the car. The advantage of the V cut is that it's fixed. You know, you don't have to worry about the depth. Whereas with a straight cut, you got to get it right. But I still prefer a straight cut. Generally speaking, I think it gives the best smoke. Yeah, Josh, head on the nail. I suppose you could translate that into money as well. You say it's the same as being poor or satisfied. I guess it's the half cup full or half cup empty syndrome. State of mind. Which cigars have you enjoyed so far, Utah? Content or complacent? Very good. Poker stemming. Yeah, that's true. Well, I often put a nub into the pipe bowl to finish it off. Monte Cristo number two. I've got some Petit number twos coming tomorrow. I had to pay my customs ticket. I think it's probably one of the most expensive customs tickets I've ever paid. It's £152. That's over $200 in taxes. Oh, Josh, I don't know if I agree with that entirely. You can have solitude while having people and needing people. It's a state of mind. The V cut, unless I mean, I've got the V cut cutter I've got is a. I can't remember. It's probably one of the best V cutters out there. My brain's not working, but anyway, it does a very deep V cut, so you got to be careful which cigars you do that on. But on a box press, I don't think it makes a difference to me. I just think it's not a Zycar. No, it's the other make, the other brand. I'm not going to fight with you over it, Josh. Being comfortable in your own skin, yeah, in your own company, for sure. Calibri, yes, thank you, Jeff. So I've got the Calibri one. I think it's one of the best V cuts, and I do enjoy using it. I have to be honest. Hey, Andrew. Um, but basically, the main reason why I stick with a straight cut is because I believe that when you're smoking a cigar, the same as with a pipe, you need to have the straightest journey for the smoke, with the least hindrance. When you come up to the head of the cigar, if it's a punch or if it's a V cut, you're concentrating the smoke into a smaller area. And even with a punch, if you have a big punch and you have a bigger sort of hole, but it's still never the same as a straight cut. And a straight cut, you need to try and get it as near as you can to the shoulder, to where it begins to curve down, so that the smoke has a very smooth path out without it bunching up. Because when it starts to bunch up here, that's what leads to bitter cigars. If you're happy with a straight cut, Utah, I would stick with it, but that's just me. I would agree with that, Josh, for limited periods, not because one couldn't be on one's own for a long time, but um, I believe in what the Bible says, and I don't want to get all religious here, but man is designed to be not to be alone. So it's good to not be alone all the time. See you, Phil.